every year we go to Nancy Lee's family in Mississippi for Christmas. And it's a little bit of a trip for, one day. It's about a 10-hour drive.
And so you either power through it or you decide to make it 2 days and you find some adventure along the way.
So 3 years ago, we were dealing with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. We decided we were going to break it up into a 2-day trip, and we needed to find something to fill the first day, the first half of the trip to Mississippi.
Fill gap.
So we did a little bit of searching online and found out that there was a German Christskindl market in Atlanta. At the time, it was in Midtown. So well, let's go see what that's about.
I mean, in case you didn't know, we're
German,
very German heritage.
So we'll go see what that's about, and we were blown away. Now, it was kind of down a little alleyway,
it was a
sort
little
of narrow
smaller
space, a little bit of a walk from the parking area, but it was really neat.
It was so cool. It was like they just transported a little Christskindl market from somewhere in the middle of Germany into the middle of Midtown Atlanta. I mean, it was these little huts. They had traditional food, traditional wine, and mulled cider. They had Santa, of course. They had German toys and.
Yep. So, because of COVID, we didn't get the chance to do this last year. The year before that, there was some other family stuff that had happened.
And
we couldn't go.
A different time.
It just didn't work. So this year, in our planning, we were going to be doing the same thing, splitting the trip up.
Well, in that time, I had followed them closely on Instagram, and so they did this big announcement this summer. We're going to have Christskindl Market. It's back. It's in Buckhead. It's bigger and better than ever. So it was like, we need to try to plan to do this on the way back, on the way to or from.
So this year we decided to swing back by the Christskindl Market. As they advertised, it was bigger, more space. Now, we were there on a Thursday. So
late afternoon, evening, right. Thursday, yeah.
So I would suspect that on Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday, a few of the booths were probably open that weren't open when we were there.
It wasn't very many that weren't open.
No, there was a few.
But there was some that were like duplicates. So there was like 3 cider booths or 3 wine booths throughout the thing. So maybe only 1 or 2. Because when we first got there, 1 was open and then 2 were open. Right. So probably on a weekend, you could get it from, because it had couple different entrances.
So really well done. Hosted by.
They have the chimneys, which are my favorite thing.
Yes, the little.
They're a pastry. They're a
pastry wrapped on a wooden stick,
and then rotated like a rotisserie type thing over this bed of coals, back and forth, and it just makes this crispy, cinnamony.
So good.
Thing.
They can fill them with all kinds of things. Some people got them filled with ice cream.
Yeah, we had Nutella.
This year we had Nutella. Sometimes they'll put fruit.
We have plain, and then this year there was a different version that also they would put a sausage in.
Yep, a little bit
smaller.
smaller.
It didn't have the cinnamon.
Yep, it was, instead of a wooden roller, it was a metal roller, a little smaller. They stuck the sausage inside. There's also schnitzels.
Yeah, they had a
kielbasa.
full food court area with we had the pancakes with the
potato
pancakes and schnitzel, and we had some bratwurst.
Yep.
There was also another special sausage that had been imported. This is all done through the Munich Area Business Association. So it is real German made, German brought over, even 3 years ago, I guess when we went the first time, we actually chatted with the chimney guys, and they literally come from some small town in Germany from like mid-November through mid-January, and they set their booth up and they're there and they make the chimneys. And so a lot of these people were German merchants that were there. I mean, there was other people who were working. There was some hot chocolate and other things that were more Atlanta, but the bulk of everything was really authentic Christskindl Market.
So, and then there's the toys you mentioned. There's German toys. They also had chocolates, various different chocolate booths.
Yes. Lots and lots of Christmas ornaments.
Yeah, ornaments, various different other Christmas type of.
The Christmas star, the
North
Star.
Decorations, Christmas decorations.
Lots and lots of nutcrackers.
Yeah. So 3 years ago, I picked up a German incense smoker. Kind of got excited about it, did more research. This year we decided to pick up another smoker, so there's various different smokers. They also have the little candle-powered spinners, and I don't know what you would call those, but
I don't know what
they're
called.
really neat.
They're so beautiful
So
and
pretty.
delicate, and lots of little miniature things that were like, there was this whole little scene carved in a matchbox that Clara went crazy over, and it was like
Glass
$70.
glass ornaments.
Lots and lots of glass ornaments, and lots of little glass figurines. The kids got these little glass figurines that they were just so super excited. I mean, they're using them as their Monopoly pieces. Like, that's how much they love them. It's just an experience. Like the smells, the between the cider and the bratwurst and the
Hot chocolate.
the cinnamon, the chimneys, and all that. Like the roasted nuts. There was a whole roasted nuts section. And
There's also a bar, so there's German beers
and the
some
glühwein
liquors
and
yep. So there's a lot to choose from. If you have a chance during the time from the week before Thanksgiving
until like
the
the third
or
or fourth.
4th of January, if you get a chance to run over to Atlanta and spend an afternoon,
And but
well worth it.
if you're closer to Charlotte, there's supposed to be a really cool one in Charlotte too.
Yeah.
I happened to find them online. That was our other option when we were trying to decide if we could make the one in Atlanta, was driving up one day and doing the one in Charlotte. There's several throughout the country, depending on where you're watching this, but if you're going to be around Atlanta and you have any interest in that kind of like German European market,
Christmas. I mean,
it just
to me it
smells like,
it is
looks like,
Christmas.
sounds like. There was music playing, and then but like literally, and you'll see on the videos, like all the little huts are brought over, like they're exactly like.
You know, I find it ironic. The other night we were at our brewery here in town, and we have a Continental Tire, which is based in Germany, is here. And a gentleman walked up and was talking to some friends of ours. He just came back from Munich, and they did not have
And he
their
said,
German market.
They didn't have the Christskindl market, and I was like, oh.
Should have gone to Atlanta.
We went to one in Atlanta, and it was lovely. And he was like, it probably wasn't the same. And I was like, he said, did they have this and this and this? And I was like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
They did. It was all exactly the same. And like they had the little huts, and he was like, oh. And I was like, I'm sorry that you went to Germany and there was not one where you went, and that we got to go to one. But it's such a cool and different type of thing to do with the kids, and with, you know, even without kids, it's just fun. And those little merchants are so grateful. Like, I think everywhere we went, and speaking of that, somewhere in all of this stuff is a magnet for you that never showed up. I'll have to see if I can put my hands on it, that says, it's not easy being married to a German. I don't know where that went.
But it's well worth it. If you get a chance, definitely go over and check out the Atlanta Christskindl Market. Look it up online.
And we'll put the Instagram link in.
It was a Buckhead this year. Every year it could move around.
And
check it
no
out. Look it up
admission.
online. Yes.
FYI.
It is free to get in. So well worth it.